everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new flea market video. You might be asking yourself where I am currently. I'm on the way to the next flea market. I thought I might just do something a little bit different. A, go to a flea market that I've never been to. B, go to a flea market that's not in Berlin. I'm from Berlin. And C, go by bike. This is actually a flea market that I've heard people talk about, but always when I try to find out how to get there, it was like took such a long time, you know, go by train like this and then back to this, like a zigzag completely, train, bus and everything, and I was like, oh no, I just might not go there. And then I was thinking like, maybe it's faster by bike, and it's actually pretty close to where I am. There's just no train running that way. So I might need an hour or so like by bike. But you see, I like to go by bike, so it's actually a nice bike tour in the morning. Yesterday I was actually also at the flea market. A very small one, just at our playhouse, you know, that's where like children can go in the afternoon and stuff like that. And that one was really small, to be honest. Well, I found stuff, so see that at first. First things I came across were these two G4 My Little Ponies, Pinkie Pie and Applejack, in this really strange hair quality here. Well, that's not meant to be real hair, you know. They are from the 2017 Twisty Twirly series, so they are on a reboot body, but they have these spaghetti hair here. And you can you can style them like so. It's almost like they are wire hair. They stay in the shape you put them, but they are like, some of the hair is I would say waxed. So this is one of the strands that is waxed. So you can shape them. Really strange, but not bad. Something special. I knew they were out there. I just had never had one in my hands. So I took these two. I've given Pinkie Pie a little braided hairstyle. No idea what to do with Applejack. Yeah, for €3 both together, like, why not? Huge box of vintage plushies. You know, I'm not that into plush, but you never know. There could be Care Bears, there could be Popples, there could be Rainbow Bride. That elephant was cute, but no, I have a couple of these baby squishy toys, but no. Is this a pound puppy? I don't know. Anyways, I don't like them, if it was one or if it was just a fakie. Haha, what's that? Ooh. She's a mermaid, and she's definitely vintage. Now the rest is just generic bunnies, teddies, nothing that really belongs into a toy line as far as what I could tell. The next thing might seem to be really strange. When I looked into this box with just plushies, to be honest, I was not like thinking that I would find something like this in there. The very first thing that I noticed is that she has a Cherry Mary Muffin face. She is clearly not like by a typical, you know, toy brand. She's not by Mattel or by Hasbro or something. She doesn't have the Tokidoki markings, everything she has says TNT, made in China. And with this I almost could find out online what she is. She obviously she is from the early 90s, so she is vintage. You can tell that this is not a new toy. Her hair was horrible, let me tell you that. But apparently they made these mermaids. TNT, that's a company. I don't know anything else about them. They're called mermaid princess or also bathtub mermaids. They were like a cheap toy line that you would find, you know, in grocery stores and supermarkets, you know, cheap discounted stores, and they were sold in a box, you know, shaped like this. And then you would have the blonde mermaid with a blue tail, you would have a pink one and a purple one. They also had purple or pink hair, so these ones would be maybe a little bit more special, but no indication as to why she comes with a cherry Mary muffin face. They all look like this. I had heard before from a cherry Mary muffin collector that there are these girls out there, but like you also cannot really say that they just reuse the cherry Mary muffin face because they are bigger. Let me get out a cherry Mary muffin for comparison. Here you can see that the whole scale is bigger. They are bigger than the cherry Mary muffins, but this is clearly the face mold. I mean, cherry Mary muffins have a face mold that have open mouth, and like, you know, this one shows her teeth while smiling, and there are some that have the closed mouth like this. You can clearly see that she has a bigger face, so I don't know what they did. Did they really scale up the cherry Mary muffin face for this discount toy line? This just didn't, like nobody like talked about this online. There was also a like bigger set of one of these, and an upright mermaid like this. You cannot play like this. You just can move the head and you can move the arms. So she's always like lying, you know, but which is okay because she's swimming through the water. That's what you should do with her. There's a special set box with one upright mermaid doll, very similar to this one, a little bit different, and also some accessories. And this used to be a Toys R Us exclusive, but these ones, according to other people, were around in these typical discounted stores, you know, like grocery stores or whatever, supermarkets, whatever you call them. Yeah, her hair was so horrible. Did you see that in the video when I got her? Such a hard time restoring her hair. I almost thought I have to rehair her, but I didn't want to do that because she's quite a lot of hair. So the only thing I could do was like giving it a boil wash and a boil perm afterwards. These are now all curled. She looks a little bit like a little grandma, but at least her hair looks presentable now. The bangs not so much, but this is something now I at least can put on my shelves and not be totally ashamed of the horrible hair. Really happy about this find. This is vintage. This is stuff that I'm into. So, and then right before here, like way back there is where I'm from, and I went to my local flea market and I also found stuff. So also see that. Quite some things that I've never seen. I mean, everything like newer stuff, 2016 and probably newer, but I've never seen these. Seem to be brushes. These are Hatchimals. Do you remember once I found one in a big box and I didn't know what it is? They're quite cute. Not gonna start with these. These egg cartons belong to it. I'm kind of interested in those because I think they make nice display pieces in between some of my stuff. And of course, LOL. I think is that Lego? Lego Friends? Yeah. Yeah, this train set actually belongs to Generation 4, My Little Pony. And the Swan boat as well. This belongs to, well, there's a Pinkie Pie that belongs to it. But no, I'm not gonna pick up SG4 playsets or big accessories. Off camera I also bought another Regina Regenbogen, so Rainbow Bright cassette, audio cassette. This one's very Christmassy. Looking forward to hearing that, or listening to that, sorry. And I bought this amazing 80s purple glittery sweater. And I found the exact same one on Vinted, just in pink. I mean, purple or pink, both is totally fine for me. And I think on Vinted it was 35. So paying 5, and I don't even wanted to haggle because 5 is totally fine. You probably have seen a little bit from my local flea market now that I picked up, but I didn't have like the camera out yet when I stumbled upon this. This was like the very first stand there. I found a Rainbow Bright cassette tape. This is like, yes, perfect. I have a cassette player now. I can listen to it. It's a Christmas themed episode. It's called, I mean, as it is German, it's Regina Regenbogen. That's what she was called in German, Regina Regenbogen, der Weihnachtsmann. So it doesn't have a number, so I guess it's like a special episode. '88, so my birth year. Perfect. These things I just got because out of curiosity. I think I had seen these like genie bottles before at, I don't know, at some collection standing in between, and I always thought, at least for that collector, they look really good in between them. Now I saw them and they wanted, really, seriously, they wanted 10 cents per bottle, and there's also the figurine inside. Yep. So they come with these little figurines, and the bottle says Mattel 2016, so this is quite new. They're called Shimmer and Shine, and they were kind of, you know, blind bag toys with these tins, and then you had these little figurines in there. Not sure what I'm gonna do with them, where to put them. It was more like, oh, interesting. I want to find out. I want to have them. They all like look like little genies in the bottle. And that's all I can tell you. And I got this cool, super glittery, I don't know how good the camera shows it, but this is purple sweater from the early 90s, 80s, I cannot really tell. It still has the, you know, the shoulder pads in. I will probably remove them, but for the sake of the video I just left them in. And this is super sparkly fabric. Like I think it's completely knitted through with lurex So it is silver glittery all over. Yeah, and now let's head to the flea market that is not in Berlin because it's already outside of Berlin. It's still not so far away. I hope I find it. I think I have gone that way by bike already, so let's see. I arrived, and as you saw, it was a really nice bike tour. So let's see how big it is, because it's labeled in XXL flea market, so it's a large one. Where to start? Let's just start here. Fashion size Princess Cadence, and a couple of Ever After High. I think she's also an Ever After High, and lots of LPS. So, and the seller just told me they go to this playset, which is pretty cute. I just settled on these, and this Maddie header. Oh, there's also a big Poopsie surprise unicorn, but I just have one and that's enough. When I arrived at the really big flea market there, finally, it took me about, I don't know, longer than an hour and a half maybe, or I don't know. And the very first vendor immediately that I saw had toys, and you saw it, I filmed there, and I picked up this Ever After High doll and two little Pet Shops, modern ones, so LPS. You know me, I'm not really a doll collector, other than like these Cherry Mary Muffin dolls or these sweet things. Like this is more actually right up my alley than this. But one of my very good friends, Kushu, she is really into Ever After High, so I kind of always have a look for Ever After High dolls, just out of curiosity at first at flea markets, and then when I ask them and they're really cheap, I always think like I just might get them, because I know that Kushu is actually pretty much done collecting them. She just is missing two that she really wants because she's not collecting all of the series. Ever After High is a doll line by Mattel, still pretty for my taste. You know, I'm actually more on the vintage toy side, but some of the more modern ones also look great. They came after the Monster High series, or not directly after, but later. They were released later than the first Monster High. So, but they are like themed around fairy tales. It's like that she is. This one is Madeline Hatter, so it's like she is the daughter of, I don't know, the Mad Hatter, for example. It's not just the Grimm's fairy tales. It's very broad, a lot of different stories, and they are the offspring of those famous fairy tale characters, and they go to that high school. That's the story, and she was €4, and I consider that really cheap for such a doll, and I thought maybe Kushu wants her. I'm pretty sure it's not one of the two that she needs, because this is from the first normal wave, the Madeline Hatter. She probably has her or doesn't need her. Maybe she still wants her for a custom, because I know she does customs sometimes, more on the clothes and stuff, because she also she has a cosplay group. She sometimes cosplays those characters but makes them like different outfits, etc. And sometimes they also recreate that on dolls. I don't know, Kushu. If you want her, you can have her. She's not complete. Her hair is not in a very good condition anymore. I just washed it through. I have not done a boil perm yet, which I need to do if I should restore the curls. She's missing her tights and her head. She always has a small little head. Otherwise, I just keep her, I don't know, for €4. It was just like when I kind of have a connection to that thing, then I look for it, and they are probably most often not that cheap. They're more around the 10 euro range, even on flea markets. So she comes with her earrings, so these little spoon earrings, really cute. Her necklace, the hands are painted on anyway, so these are not, you can't lose the gloves. This is her correct dress. But she is missing the white tights, the white polka dot tights. She has her gorgeous shoes. I mean, this is what these dolls are also known for their elaborate fashions, and you know, these shoes that look like, I mean, this is super detailed. It looks like a, you know, from a teapot set or something, you know, the handle, which makes total sense for a Mad Hatter Tea Party themed doll. The hair issue, if you want to have her, you can. You don't have to. I can also keep her. Just to get something else from her, I don't know, she had so many cute things. She also had ponies, but I think one pony, she had a bigger styling size, Princess Cadence from Generation 4, which I'm not into the styling sized ones from G4. I just don't like them so much. So I just picked up these two LPS, and right now I most often pick up more the, you know, the natural colored animals. This little bunny here and this cat, because on my LPS shelf the row with the natural colors is not as full as the one with the vibrant pink, etc. colors. So it's better if I pick up these. Never heard of this. Burger King, okay, no. Woo. Betty and Wilma. No, what were they called? The Animaniacs or something? Oh, SpongeBob. Oh, I bet these are vintage. I bet these are old. I remember buying Pokemon keychains back then. Oh, sweet. I'm not sure why, but it reminds me of Masters of the Universe. It reminds me of Merman, but it's completely wrong color. But somehow it looks like Merman. Big box that I grabbed through, that I was digging in, also gave me a little LPS, little doggy, couldn't resist, and this strange creature. I think in the video I said it looks like Merman from He-Man, and I was not completely off. And as I was really not sure what it is, and etc., I just asked him for the two together, and he wanted 50 cents. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Took him with me. It could have been that he's something completely random and no idea what, but he really belongs into the Masters of the Universe toy line. Not really into the toy line because, you know, they are like action figures, and this is just a rubbery, I don't know what. But the character is Montana, so it must be a little cheaply made rubber figurine for Masters of the Universe from the 80s. Not much about these little figurines of the characters. I just found out that they were like little erasers made of the characters. Those are pretty sought after, but for me he doesn't feel like an eraser. I tried. I mean, erasers can also like really dry out, so maybe he is from the eraser toy line, toy line from the eraser line of the He-Man, but I don't know, Montana and this super cute doggy. Modern LPS. Oh. Oh, the whole box is full of Pokemon. Yeah. Wow! So many Pokemon. Wow! Oh, and a Smurf. I'm not a Pokemon collector and by any means nowadays, but I was a huge Pokemon fan like twice in my life. Back when it first came out in 1999 and then again in around 2007 to, I don't know, the early 2010s maybe. It has always been a big part of my life, but I don't collect it. Oh, what's that? It's My Little Pony baking book. Well, that doesn't look like Twilight. This shape. Oh, Monster High bed sheet. Swan. Definitely something that you don't see at flea markets very often. Oh, it's one piece. There's even music, live music. It's really big. Fakie elephant. I took it with me. I have now, I think, 2 out of the box, whatever, you know, free. This is the 3rd one, and I really have 1 in package still that I found in a thrift store. They are these, you know, cheaply made elephants with brushable hair from the early 90s. You cannot really pinpoint it to one company. You know, the cart that I have with one on cart is made by Ostoy, but some were probably also made by Simba. You know, these molds were probably used by several factories. And I like the color quite a lot. I have 2 that are more like flesh colored, not that into it. And you know, the hair is like horrible. I have rehaired the 2 other ones that I have. Not sure if I want to do that right now, but I have found quite a liking for these, so I don't know, when I see them and it's not exactly the one that I already have, I pick them up. I cannot tell you much about it. It's more like they are fakies of the Pony Friends, you know, the Pony Friends line. We had an elephant, or they just thought, hey, let's do another animal, not always ponies or cats or dogs, let's do an elephant. I don't know. Probably seen one of those in your collecting journey if you're into like My Little Pony and similar stuff. I don't like the eyes. They look like too small. If they would have bigger eyes, they would be way cuter. Wow, bold spot already here in between. But I quite like this color. I actually never see He-Man out in the wild. just shouldn't get any more boys' toys because my shelf is quite full and I shouldn't get any more. Oh, he's also a Power Ranger. Some of the Pokemon I had when I was little, and I mean, my niece has them. Oops. This was actually my very first Pokemon plush. Should I get them or should I not? I mean, not all of them, one of them. The thing is, these two look cooler, but these two, I mean, they are He-Man and Skeletor, but they are missing they're missing quite a lot of stuff.
Der ist von hier. Für diese hätte ich gern 8 dann. Zusammen. Achso, das Pferd, dann sind 12.
What? I think this little Montana Masters of the Universe little rubbery figurine was a good like sign, because this time I found other MOTU figurines there. I found these 4 figurines. You saw them at the table. It was He-Man, Skeletor, and then these 2. Usually I would have picked up He-Man and Skeletor. I'm not really into those boys' toys, but these are so iconic, and you almost never find them at flea markets anymore. They are from the, you know, early to mid, I don't want to say late 80s. So I think this one's from 84 and this one's from 83. So yeah, this stuff isn't out at the flea markets anymore, really. But these were not for super cheap. I mean, the person selling them knew that they are not serious, that you shouldn't throw them out for 50 cents. And that's also the reason why no one else bought them. He told this to me whenever he told other people the price. They were just, no thanks. And as I'm not really collecting them, I'm not really purchasing them online. I would just buy them if I find them out in the wild. And I know that this is their prices is what they are going for online. He wanted 10 euro per figurine, and together I got them now for 18, so took a couple of euros off. And I checked them online. This is about what they go for online. Both of them are missing their weapons, so this one would come with a staff. This is this is Whiplash. The cool thing about him is at the back he has this rubbery tail that makes him more special. He is really ugly, and I think he's missing a little bit of his ear. When I would have them as a child, I would have had nightmares of them, because they are really the kind of ugliness that I actually don't like. But nowadays I'm not really like scared of that stuff anymore. I know this is toy history and it's super interesting, and they will go into the corner of my room with all the boyish toys. As most of them, they have this action in the waist, the swing action, punch action. This one too, but this one even has one action more. This double-headed guy is called Too Bad. Yeah, 2, like the number 2. And he also has this action in the waist, but also the same action in his arms, so you can have the double punch, like bam. Ugly as hell, but cool as hell as well. Now let's come to my silliest purchase actually of the day. I have to say, I bought this advent calendar. It's a G4 My Little Pony, you know, Friendship is Magic advent calendar, and I'm really into Christmas. I will also do a Vlogmas this year again. And I'm opening up advent calendars that I fill in stuff myself. And I thought this is one that you could fill in yourself, because it's a reusable one, you know. There's Velcro here, and in here are the small boxes, I thought. Yeah? But I would have better read what it actually is, because it already says at the front mit 24 Büchlein, so with 24 books. So these are books in there. You can't even put anything. It's like, you know, you would take out one of these little things and there's no space really behind. You cannot put anything really like in here. It's super flat. not even a pin would fit in there, maybe a sticker or something. And then you have this book and there's a story. A really childish, you know, story in German. I cannot use this for Vlogmas at all. I have no idea if I can find super small things that I put in there. Maybe I can find stickers or something that I can put behind. Yeah, it was just it was €2, and then when I had a look at it, a closer look, I was just like, oh shoot, I thought this is different. So yeah, what I really like about it is this picture in the middle here. This looks super festive, Pinkie Pie and Applejack, and in front of the, you know, Twilight's castle in Ponyville, all decked out for Heartwarming Eve. Heartwarming Eve, that's what the ponies are calling it. Yeah, not my best purchase. Now it's actually starting for me to get confusing because I cannot remember which row I have already been through. I'm definitely not looked here because behind me is this ice, the soft ice, and I think here. Something G4 related again, and this time I'm really happy about it. This is one of the Pearlized G4 ponies, Fluttershy. I think I have a lot of them already, not all of them, but Fluttershy is definitely one that I was missing. They are from 2016. Let me check. Yeah, from 2016. Different waves. I think the first waves have a little bit better hair. With this one, I definitely noticed that the tail is a different hair quality than her mane. The mane is gorgeous. The tail was horrible. I mean, it looks okay now, but I really had to put quite a lot of effort in it. Yeah, the Explore Equestria line had a couple of these Pearlized G4s. I really like them. And as you saw, she was in this box of everything 50 cents, so very happy about her. This is cool. I have a Captain Rex tin like this and I use it a lot. So it might be interesting. What are these? Is this something Tokidoki? Never seen. never seen them. Oh, I think this is a Barbie Swan. Interesting. What are they? So many of them. Oh! Pinkie Pie. Is there more? Oh, it's all the same. It's all the same. Some of the BTS dolls. I mean, they look good. If you are into BTS, why not? Bunch of Funkos and some more figurines. Oh, there's a. But I have this one. I have this exact one. The Ki Adimundi. I think these are wrestlers. Oh, they are so light. They are probably cheap knockoffs or something. Pokemon. Yeah, the vendor with these lots of different boxes with super small stuff in there. As you saw, I did not choose these little figurines. I have no idea what they were. At first they looked to me like a Tokidoki, but they were definitely not. They were something else. No idea, didn't check it. But what I bought is this tin, clone trooper tin. I have one very similar one that I use all the time to store my, that I use for storing my like cosplay repair kit when I go to conventions. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, you might not think that when you see all of this, but yeah, so this is cool. And yeah, this Pinkie Pie I bought, I could have like picked up like, I don't know, 10 of them. She had a lot of them. They were probably overstock from these magazines that were released, and I decided to just keep Pinkie Pie in there. I don't have much space left for these non-brushable figurines, so they're not blind bag size, they're a little bit bigger. So why not just keep her in here and yeah, have something reminiscent of the G4 time. I actually never bought G4 stuff new in stores, but let's see where I put it. I quite like the packaging, the holographic bag, and all the characters all around. This is actually the coolest thing I found there. This, I was right, belongs to Barbie, more specific to the Barbie Swan Lake line. So, you know, there were Barbie movies. I think they're still making Barbie movies, but Barbie movies in the early 2000s. I don't know, maybe did they already start in the late 90s? Could be. I'm not really familiar with them, but they have this horrible CGI. I mean, they are iconic nowadays, but I never watched them. Back then I wasn't into Barbie anymore. But there is one movie of, you know, Barbie in Swan Lake, Odette, etc. And this did not come with Barbie herself. Barbie had a different swan in her package because they also made dolls then for those movies. This came with Ken. There was also Ken as the prince, or whatever he was called. And this came with him. So the Swan Lake movie from Barbie is from 2003, so this one might be as well, so early 2000s. But this one, as I'm not collecting Barbies, but this one like looks really good in my collection, I think, because it is an animal. It has this sweet glittery stuff, and I have a very similar Swan from Fairy Winkles that it will look really good next to it. Ponies! So here we've got the G2 pony. Very nice. Let's put them aside, which the ones I want, but put them on the shoes. Because I've already seen there's also, this is Emberlocks. I have her already. Oh. Oh, poor girl. It's also one of the long hair ponies. Oh no!
Den habe ich gesehen.
Ja. So, guck mal, wie das gefallen.
Oh, aber du sollst doch nicht immer einfach
This one.
weg.
This one's actually, no, this one is a fakie. So,
Können Sie mir da nicht Bescheid sagen? Ist gerade
this one's a fakie too, but it's really old. Hey, I think all of the rest, these are Chapmay, this is a Chapmay mold. The rest are fakies. Small ones. Okay, there's a rarity in between.
Ich würde sagen 15. Oder 20, machen wir mal 20.
Ja, kannst du schwer kriegen. Darfst nicht teurer werden. Ist doch egal.
Ja, ich weiß.
20 Euro oder
Nein, weil ich schon mal darüber geredet.
kann ich für den gleichen in so einer Höhe holen.
It comes with a key.
Mama wollte ihn vielleicht mal auf 20 machen.
Perfect. Ooh, and the best find until then, definitely those ponies and the Keepers bear. So I picked up 3 ponies. And the Keeper. Like, I think in the video I did not sound so like super excited about this, because at that point I took out the camera when I had already found them, and it was just like showing you which ones I was showing you which ones I choose. But this one was already clear and it was up on the table, and like, this is the stuff I want to find at flea markets. Keypers is a toy line that I have a couple of things. I don't have like a huge collection because I also haven't gotten any Keypers as of lately. I don't order them online too much, although they are out there. This is maybe also the problem. There's so many Keypers out there online that I most often then I don't order one, because they're also not in a very good condition very often. This is one of the big Keypers. They have plastic parts and they get discolored very often. This is Bonnie the bear. I think in America she was called Umbrella, like you know, umbrella, but just umbrella. Here over she was called Bonnie. The great thing is she comes with her key and even with the ring. This is the very first of these key rings that I have. I have a couple, no, not a couple, I think I have one Keepers pony that has her key, but did not come with the ring. Now I have at least the ring and the key, because otherwise I would not be able to open her up. She is, other than that, she is discolored, because her color would not be this seafoam green, whatever that is, but more like the blue that you have here. So you can like change that when you put, like, you know, the oxidation cream on and then put it in sunlight. I should be able to get this off, but it is a little bit of work. And with the Keepers online that are in this condition, I'm always just like, no. And the ones in good condition can also be a little bit more expensive. But let's open her up, because Keepers, a toy line from Tonka in 86, I think it started, until 89, something like this. Are these little animals or all sorts of animals? Well, I think it went until the 90s, let's be honest. Anyways, that have compartments at their body wherever. The bear has it at the back here that you can open up and put your little you know, your treasures in there, money or your rings or bracelets or whatever you want to put in there, and then you can close it down and really close it with a key. And you really cannot open this when you don't have the key. I mean, maybe you can try to get this open with scissors, etc., but it's not that easy. The small keepers are all just rubbery material, like a pony, and you can squish them, and this just opens up, you know, the opening. But the big ones all have a key, and they also have, you know, a brush, because, you know, they have strands of brushable hair. This just has this little super small strand of hair here, but this is in really good condition, so it would not have been like bigger. It would also come with a hair clip, and as I said, also with a brush. And these big keepers, they also would come with these small finders, small rubbery or plasticky figurines. I don't know, it didn't come with it, but it came with a key, and this key is gorgeous, so sweet. It says the name, you can see it, Bonnie, heart shaped. All of the keys have different shapes. You can also see you can't open, for example, this one with the pony key because it has a different, you know, pattern here. The pony, for example, is more like a diamond shape, also called diamond, the pony. I could not believe my eyes, and then when I was filming, I sounded really not exciting at all, not excited at all. But this is the stuff I want to find, and that's so difficult to find at flea markets nowadays, because, you know, the 80s, this stuff isn't out there anymore. But I'm not less like excited about the ponies that I found, because very different ponies, you could say. But then when I looked them up, they're not too much like from very different eras, because here we have a G2 pony. This is what the Generation 2 ponies look like. They were not really successful in the US and just lasted for about a year, maybe 1.5 years or something. Started in 1997. This pony is from 2002, so the very last year here in Europe. You see, it lasted a lot longer. So this is a European exclusive pony, because at that time there were no Generation 2 ponies in America anymore. And the Generation 3 ponies, like this girl here, they just started in 2003. So she's from 2002, so probably the girl first got this pony, and the very next year they already switched to G3 ponies. This pony with a dolphin here is called Eve. She came in was, there were 4 different ponies released under the name of hobby ponies. So I don't know, she loved the marine life and dolphins, that is her hobby. And she has this 2 colors of hair. This is the fading pink, and I repinked it a little bit more. It was still a little bit pink, enough for me to notice that it is a pink haired pony and not white. So I repinked it just a little bit, and I really like the result. Really long tail, and both of the glittering gems in the eyes still intact. Not completely super white anymore, but I'm really happy. This is like probably the most special G2 pony that I have, because the others that I have are the very early ones, the very common ones that you also find in the US. This is definitely way more special. Eve from 2002. And yeah, a Generation 3 pony from the next year, you could say, so from 2003. This is when they started the Generation 3 pony line, which was way more successful, lasted way longer. This pony is called Silly Sunshine. She has a really like strange cutie mark, I think, because there's so many different things on, you know, butterfly and flower and different flowers and petals, and hearts and, no, not hearts, dots. And she is a super long hair pony. I love them. Her hair was really tangled and everything, but not really frizzy or something, frizzy. So I was able to restore it really well, gave it a little sweet curl. And yeah, the only thing is that she has this like leg here that you can see. These are chew marks, and I guess not chew marks by a dog or something, but just by the owner of the pony. Because you know, little girls, they, you know, little boys, whatever, little kids, they chew on things, and when you really love a toy, then you maybe chew on it. Why not? But she came out so beautifully. Very, very happy. Silly Sunshine from 2000. These were €1. The last one that I chose here, you might be surprised because I'm not really into fakies. This is clearly my fakie ponies. I actually like those fakie elephant thing toys, but fakie ponies, nah. And at the table there were way more fakies. This one I picked up because this is a little bit of a special thing. I've never seen one out in the wild. They are called Garland fakies because it looks like they have flower garland here. These are shrunken down versions of the merry-go-round ponies in the you know, in the posy pose. So like flower bouquet and honey bunch. At first I didn't want to believe it. I said, haha, yeah, I mean they have this flower saddle, but they look completely different. No, they don't. They are really a shrunken down version of them. Here you can see the little girl. The paint job is not too good, but also not too bad. The eyes look cute. And they have these different flowers here. But this part is not painted in like a saddle. So that's why we I would say this is why we refer to them as garland more than like really like a flower saddle. Here is a real Generation 1 merry-go-round pony. Of course, much more elaborate, but this is also, you know, scaled down. But if you compare the head shape, the leg shape, this is really a scaled down version. I mean, the legs are not like this, should be a little bit more to the front, but now this leg up, this behind, this, when you look at this leg, they probably reused the mold, and I don't know how, but they shrunk it down. Also the head from the front, this really resembles the shape of these ponies a lot. And also when you look at the saddle thing, sure, it is way smaller, but then here you have 1, 2, 3, and then one big. Here you just have one and one big, and instead of really having flowers in there, just have the dots in there. And it really starts with these flowers. It starts with the it's really reminiscent of what they look like. Here was here this. There are more fakies of these out there, but they have different body shapes. This really resembles it quite perfectly. This is why I chose this pony as well, although it is a fakie, because when there are quite interesting fakies out there, I pick them up. And I think we will stop here now, but there's a whole other part that I found at this flea market, which will be in the next video. So for now we stop here. See you in the next video. See you real soon, and may the toys be with you. Bye!